Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. Just checking my little settings here real quick, making sure you can hear me. Yes, all right. So let's sort of start over. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Monday, February 19th, 12:20 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. It is President's Day. So markets are closed, but it's an interesting day in the Forex market, in the crypto market, and in the world. So let's check it out. As always, BitcoinDailyView.com. Got more for you there. Looking at things a little bit out of sync here. That's fine though. We'll work with it. It makes it kind of fun. All right. So looking at a Bitcoin volume last 24 hours is 4.9 billion, down 33% last 24 hours. That's going to be expected on a holiday, really. And 6 billion is not bad at all. So 6 billion now actually just updated. So sorry, it refreshed on me. 6 billion trading volume for Bitcoin last 24 hours, down 26% last 24 hours. Not bad at all. I like what I am seeing. So that's really not bad. For the beginning of the week and also it's a holiday, I'll take it. It's down a bit, but it's good. Bitcoin might be rolling over, which would kind of explain the slight downtrend. Looking at Bitcoin here on the hourly chart, as you can see, been a rocket ship to Pluto. Are we about to hit a BART pattern? Well, we definitely have some big $1 million plus buys coming in. People are kind of last couple hours trying too hard to short and long. So people are expecting kind of a BART move or something, and they're trying rather hard to get leverage in on it. So with that said, let's keep rolling. Longs versus shorts. 42% long, 57% short. That's a pretty short bias for Bitcoin on Binance, where the big money is, the big volume is. Although Ethereum continues to be bullish, 56% long, 43% short. Looking at the big exchanges here, let's look at the top 20. They were green earlier this morning. Now they're all starting to kind of move towards the red. So definitely we're losing spot trading volume on this holiday day, but still I would say overall an uptrend with the top 20 exchanges, not looking too bad. Looking at Bitcoin in the top 100, Bitcoin at 51,844. That's really beautiful. I'll take it. Some of the alts are just screaming like a WorldCoin. R-Wave is moving. Beam, I love Beam. It's really rocking. Thor is down a little bit. That kind of isn't very fun. Theta Network, I love it. Great project. Theta is working pretty darn good. Filecoin up 17%. Hedera up 16%. So really, which HBAR is the ticker. So we're seeing some beautiful moves here. Alts are definitely moving pretty hard. Maybe we'll take a look at WorldCoin and Theta before we check out of here. Anyway, let's keep rocking. So looking at Bitcoin, here's my Bitcoin chart that I've been looking at recently. We'll break this down a little bit, but before we do, let's actually keep going a little bit further and let's look at some of the commodities of the world. Now, the market's closed. It's a holiday, but still, as you can see, that dollar strength index has been on an upwards trend for a while. It's riding the 314 moving average there. I think that's the 314, right? No, that's the 140. Let's fix that. I want that to be the actual 314. So yeah, the dollar strength index upwards channel. It's above the 200. It's looking great. I mean, it probably will continue or maybe not. We shall see as the week progresses, but definitely dollar strength index on a multi-day upwards channel. Looking at crude oil, definitely had a bit of an up towards the end of last week. I watch it a lot just because I do think that with the current climate in the world, all we need is a little bit of craziness and it's going to rock up to like 100 plus, 120, 130. So I'm just watching oil. Anybody knows how to get in on oil, like ETFs or something like that, or miners, drillers? Let me know how you can get in on oil if you expect it to make a move. I know this is Bitcoin Daily View, but oil is it's the it's the black liquid Bitcoin. All right, looking at gold, definitely we had this beautiful little wedge going. These are all daily charts, and it basically lost the wedge, but now it's pumping, so it never hit the 200 moving average. Gold, still, it's just continuing a bit of sideways. But if you were to look at it like this, let's just do a nice little parallel channel. I don't know. There's no way to really draw it. This is really a sideways chart. Not much you can really do about it. But I mean, we'll see. That you could kind of call this a channeling. You could say it's sort of getting ready to bounce. I think so. If we pull some time in, you could look at gold and say, well, let's actually pull like a 3-day chart. for a little bit more data. On 3 days, boom. What can we see here? Pull that in. It's sort of, I don't know, people probably care a lot more about Bitcoin than gold than gold, but it's got these tops. Like it's an interesting place because gold, you got these tops that it hits, and that's as far as it goes. But it just actually broke above these little tops that it's been hitting. So let's actually just do that. Let's try to find the. I wonder if we look kind of closely. I'm sorry about that. If we look kind of closely, I wonder if you could do something like this. Horizontal ray, boom. I wonder if you could say, if we were to go right about here, boom, boom. Have we actually maybe made the, no, not really. It just got a little bit higher than it has before. And so it's definitely hitting the glass ceiling. It's all about, is it going to make this previous, glass ceiling that was breaking above, it made it kind of move above it. And we're going to see it actually maybe make that support now rather than resistance. I could do a fib sequence, but I don't think it would really tell us very much. Down here to this low, pull that in. Yeah, we're up here in the top range of the fib where it's just kind of a weak spot to be. But the fib does fit pretty well. So anyway, gold, just not very exciting. Looking at silver, you can see recently we made a nice, we have this floor we keep sort of finding and bouncing off of, which we did recently. And towards the end of the week, we were looking pretty good, green. Today, this is a Forex market, so it is open here on the 19th, and you can see that it's dumping a little bit, finding resistance on the 200 moving average, which I imagine it probably will have a hard time getting above. So this week, if it doesn't get above that 200 moving average, might see some good buying opportunities for silver if you're a silver coin stacker. All right, let's go back to this now, Bitcoin. So this SIP sequence is a little bit creative that I came up with. This is a 4-hour chart, and I kind of really would start it here at this low that we had recently on like 23rd of January. But I just rolled it back here just to kind of show that it does play out. It's getting a little bit historical with it like that. This does kind of fit Bitcoin right now, and we have really moved pretty darn hard recently. We're above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, but we are starting just to move sideways for a while. And if I pull some indicators in here, as you can see, the squeeze indicator, this is really something. I mean, we ran, we squeezed, we ran. Now we're beginning to lose a little bit of momentum, and definitely the trend line here. Look at the directional index is kind of on the way down. ADX is going down. Volume, is slowly, pittering out there. So I think we might see a bit of a retrace here. And, I think that, for me, if one is kind of positioned for it, I'd rather see like a nice dump down to like, one of these lower fib levels, something strong, a nice strong spot, because that really is a lot of push that it's had recently. And as you can see, you can kind of see the bar pattern sort of like forming there easily. It could dump down to there to the 49,500 or so. But let's just look at it like if we were to come down to the like 0.5 and bounce, that would be like 45,600. If we were to come down to like the 618 golden pocket, that's right around where the 200 moving average is right now. On the 4-hour, that would be like 43,000. If you get down to the 786 on this fib, it's like 41,000. So really, let's just see how it rolls. As the week progresses, we'll see how the markets open and such. But right now, Bitcoin has been pushing pretty darn hard. And if I look at the bias over at on Binance, where the big volume is for longs and shorts, I mean, definitely the sentiment is short. It's run pretty hard, and if we look, I mean, I'm just kind of looking at just sort of historical patterns. So you go up, here's a little bar pattern there. There was like a W pattern followed by a bit of a win, didn't quite make it. W pattern here, it did make a little win. Here's like a reverse bar, down, over, up. Then you had, I'm just wondering if we're going to see like an up, over, and down. It's going to give some of that back. So myself, I'm just kind of positioning for that. I actually hedged out a little bit. I'm just going to see what it does. I made some money on the way up, so I'm happy. I hedged out, locked that profit in, and we'll see how this guy actually, rolls over. Anyways, so you can see here on the 45-minute chart, you can definitely see this nice mesa that it's been forming, and it's hugging that 200 moving average on the 45. You can see where we're starting to lose the energons here. The squeeze indicator is not doing these beautiful moves like this. It's kind of like a little bit looking kind of weak here. It's not really making it happen. This run wasn't that heavy. ADX and directional index are not very exciting. And overall, this is a 45-minute chart. I know it's very slight, very, very short price action, but still we're losing volume. So I'm just kind of expecting a bit of a retrace out of this thing, and we'll see how it goes. And if I was to, let's actually go on a daily chart. Let's do let's look at sorry about this. Let's do a 3-day chart. Let's look at it, and this is really something to see. This is a beautiful, move. On the 3-day chart here, you can see we're above the 200 moving average, above the 314, looking wonderful. Everything's running pretty hard here. And actually here you can begin to see the squeeze indicator begin to turn up along with the directional index. And 3-day indicator, 3-day candles, you can see these purple candles by Sam firing off. We're beginning to plateau, and we've pushed pretty hard. And if I was to go way back here to the 3K days and look at this guy, where are we? Let's just see, where are we at here on the Fib sequence? Yep. It kind of makes sense. We're beginning to see a little bit of hesitation as we try to get above the 236, which is right around 53,622. So, as you can see, getting to these fib levels usually takes a little bit of effort. Sometimes you just cruise above them. That's true. It does happen. But let's see what happens here. It would not surprise me if we, even if we kind of barked it back down to the 382 and then gave it another shot. So I'm just going to see what happens. That's just, my little take on it. I think we'll probably see a little bit of a cool off here before a continuation. But looking at this historic, fib sequence here that starts way back when we were in a 3K situation back in like March of 2020, this really fits very, very well. We challenged that 5 fib level. We definitely got above it. Now we're getting ready to challenge that 236 at around 53,622, and we're probably going to beat on that for a little while, and then eventually probably make it above it, or just go sideways for a while. But you can always look at your very short time frames, and you can kind of get a hint on what's going on. And I think right now, we're moving up beautifully, but we've definitely started to get a little weak here on the indicators. And so I would say on the 4-hour chart, that's 45-minute chart, but like a 4-hour chart too, yeah, we're just starting to give it all back. We're going to retrace a little bit. So that's my take on it. Bitcoin running and moving sideways like this nice little kind of sideways range that it's been in. Obviously, you can see it has given a lot of alts just the opportunity to just run like crazy. Let's see how we move into the week and see how that continues. WorldCoin, WLD, and Theta. I think I have time to look at those real quick, like Theta, USDT. I'll look at it on KuCoin here. Oh, wow, look at that. Theta loses its mind. 4-hour chart, just boom, it's nuts. That's crazy. Let's look at a 45-minute chart on that one. Yeah, Theta just pushing hard. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Well, I would wait for a retrace on Theta. I'm going to keep my eye on that one because I think that definitely could be something worthwhile. Let's look at TradingView. Let's look at I believe that was WLD. Was that the WorldCoin? WLD, USDT. But on KuCoin here, WorldCoin, how's that one looking? Losing its mind. 45-minute chart, beautiful run up, beginning to chill a little bit, beginning to retrace a little bit. So definitely, we have some alts that have followed Bitcoin. If Bitcoin continues sideways, we'll see some alts beginning to really run as well that we're not running. If it retraces, of course, we'll take the alts with it. An interesting one these days, and this kind of weather, I'm just not quite trading enough right now to have any setups on hand. But to trade something which is running strong against Bitcoin, I just think it's going to continue strong while Bitcoin retraces is a great way to get Bitcoin sats if you're after those. Well, anyway. Let's quickly rock through some news here. Pentagon confirms 32 million drone. 32 million. Pentagon confirms $32 million drone downed off Yemen. Same day, UK tanker destroyed. It's a cool video to watch on X over there of the drone getting shot down. I just wanted to mention this because I was in the military for a while when I was a youngster, and I just wanted to make the statement that low tech always beats high tech. I don't care how neat you think your shiny toys are, low tech always eventually beats high tech. And the rednecks of the Arab world are showing that right there. Futures flat with U.S. markets closed for President's Day. I was reading through this. Oh my gosh, so many numbers, blah, 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 blah. But in general, I could just summarize it rather quickly as just ain't much happening. Nobody wants to push one way or the other. No one really wants to make a move. So people are kind of waiting for Monday. I think Bitcoin kind of had its run. I think we're going to see a bit of a retrace. I think we'll see Monday if it's just a crazy heroic continuation, or if it just retraces some. We'll see what happens. See how the index is open. Anyway, it's a good day. Watch for some setups that are fun. I mean, Theta looks great. WorldCoin looks great. Bitcoin could be great. I'm just going to hang out and watch to see. I didn't short with any leverage. I just sold. I hedged out of some Bitcoin just to make that either lose some gains, well, you should say not make some gains, or hop back in after it retraces, which I'm kind of thinking is going to be a Monday thing or maybe later on tonight. Anyway, with that said, if I'm wrong, well, this dollar cost average back in, no big deal. So with that said, everybody take care, and I will. Oh yeah, you know what else? My podcast, readingcreators.com. I'm gonna copy this link right here, and actually I'm gonna copy this link. I'll just copy the YouTube link. This was a cool recent interview I did. It's a couple weeks ago now, but with Frank Jacob. And I just wanted to throw this out there again because I think it was really fun. If you're eclectic, if you're a crazy person, we'll put this in a live chat, and you can not feel alone because this is all absolutely existential, crazy stuff. And if you dig it, then there you go. Oh, and Code Law just asked Ethereum Classic. Sorry, I wasn't watching my the chat. Let's look at ETC, Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, ETC, USDT. I'm gonna play it on KuCoin here. Ethereum Classic on the 45-minute chart. Well, definitely. Today it's a little bit sporadic, but I'll tell you what though, looking at it today on the 45-minute chart, if I was to fire up a parallel channel here, I mean, boom, it's running very, very beautifully. It's on the 45, it's above the 314, it's above the 200. Let's go out a little bit. Overall, upwards channel, it's very, very choppy. I think right now as we look at it, it's finding a hardship. It's finding a hard time getting above previous, going horizontal, right? Bonk, there we go. It's finding it hard to get above, previous glass ceilings, as I call them. Let's zoom out to a daily chart. Wow, but this is not bad at all, though. Now, if we actually were to on a daily chart, look at Ethereum Classic versus USDT. Look at that. This is a long. I know I'm kind of making a little bit of creativeness here, but if we zoom out, this channel is pretty nice, and it's been in an upwards channel. Let's pull in some indicators. Let's actually look at a MACD. Yeah, MACD is beginning to open up in the tangent's looking good. Daily chart's kind of beautiful. Let's fire this up as a 45-minute chart with the indicators. Let's go to daily. Yeah, I mean, something that kind of moves me about the chart that I like is it's a little, it's kind of like getting some energons going here on the daily. The thing is, as we watch this thing go up, I'm just going to focus on this. Higher high, higher high, higher high, big higher high. But even though we would have appeared to lose that higher high, if you fire up a parallel channel here and look at it, let's just take out some of the chop here and go like that. You know, we're kind of back in that higher high pattern. You know what I mean? And definitely we're giving a bit back. It's a little weak. You know, what I would do, this is just me, if I was on a daily chart here, if I wanted to play Ethereum Classic, I would wait for this guy to retrace a little bit back down to the bottom of this channel and then continue back up. And I think that's, so probably, you know, buy around like a 25.65, like 25.65, or just like 25.7, at 25.7, I guess cents, or is that dollars? Yeah, 25 point, or use 26. You go almost to like 26 cents, 25 point, yeah, like 25 point, yeah, 25 point, you know, I could see myself putting like a limit order into like just 26 to make it easy, like 26 cents or something like that. You know, play at your own risk. But I think if we catch it at the bottom of this channel, if it continues up, it'll be a sweet ride. You could probably just let it run until it begins to turn over. But right now, it's looking actually pretty darn stout. I like it. Let's go to a 4-hour chart real quick. All this stuff all over the place. Yeah, I think let me actually clear all this out. Bonk. Yeah, it's getting done with a little bit of a give back there. You can definitely see the beautiful upward channel on a 4-hour. You could get even more creative and go back here, but that's kind of, I don't know, it's being a bit too eccentric actually. But move that back here to where it's a little bit more sane. But what I do see here that we can kind of play with here on the 4-hour chart especially is we can fire up a fib sequence, go back to that low, go to that high, roll this thing out, and where are we? Oh, look at that. Okay. So we are trying to we're trying to get above that 382. Like right now in the 4-hour chart, we're above the 4-hour 200 moving average and 314. I like that. This all lines up pretty nice. Did our time in the 618 golden pocket, challenged at 5, got above it, making support out of it. Right now we're challenging that 382. You know, yeah, I would just on the shorter time frames wait for a dive back to the bottom of that channel and then catch it. And I think this guy's going to probably, you know, continue to run. I mean, I would reevaluate it when I started getting close to that. Sorry guys, I'm out of CPU energons here. Sorry, I would evaluate it around 29 cents on that 236 level. I would like see how it's looking, but definitely this guy's got energy. I like what I'm seeing. It would not surprise me if this guy continues. Just catch it at a sweet spot. Get a nice trailing take profit on it, and I think this thing it might just continue running. I don't even know what really Ethereum Classic is used for, but I do know that it is actually Ethereum Classic without some of the upgrades. I think the original developers wanted to be more, or some developers wanted to be more altruistic with it. And I don't know, it's consistently been a rather performing coin, and it seems to be here to stay. I don't think it's going to be written off as in history as a shit coin. I think it'll have some definite use cases, and people will use it. So I always like looking at possible nice longs to get in on. I always like to get into things that I think are actually real projects, and I think Ethereum Classic is. Let's check for any other comments. Nope, that's it. All right, guys, take care. Actually, that's on technically. Take care, and I'll be on as often as I can. You know, I can't make any promises because I always blow it if I do. Very, very busy these days. It's all good. It's blissful. It's beautiful. But I am just like, I never stop running. All gas, no brakes these days. Luckily, I'm mostly doing fun stuff. But I'd love to get more focused and do these daily and share consistent setups and such. So it's a goal. I'm working on it. Hang in there. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later. Bye.